She struggled with feeling guilty for how she viewed her own shortcomings. My response to moms who apologize for crying has become, "It's okay. Your tears are valued here." And this is where a lot of moms are operating from, trying to compensate for a void in themselves by having their parenting take the center stage of their lives. Hello, and welcome to Mom's Way to Wellness. If you are a mom who feels lonely, unseen, and overwhelmed with the demands of motherhood, you are in the right place. I am your host, Ida Maravillas. I help overwhelmed moms transform their challenges into mental health and generational well-being as we talk about the struggles of motherhood, parenting, and mental health through a lens of faith. I offer resources and guidance to help you work through the challenges that are impacting your relationship with yourself and with others. Let's get into today's episode. Today, we're going to talk about 3 lessons I am learning on my own way to wellness. As I reflect on my experience, I remember the heartache of a mom I was working with. She struggled with feeling as if she wasn't good enough as a mom. She woke up every morning exhausted, and she did all the things she imagined she would do for her kids one day. She made them breakfast, managed their morning routines, made sure everyone got to school on time, and then left to work for her full-time job outside of the home. She felt productive when she got to work, but her emotional battery was drained each and every day. She struggled with feeling guilty for how she viewed her own shortcomings. And although she wanted her kids to feel loved and cared for, she struggled with feeling as if she was worthy of love for herself. Like many moms I've worked with, when she cried during our sessions, she would often apologize. My response to moms who apologize for crying has become, "It's okay. Your tears are valued here." They hold value and are speaking for the things you can't find the words to express. Tears are welcomed here. I was able to see strength, fear, heartache, and courage, all as coexisting emotions that were being juggled along a journey that felt lonely and overwhelming. I saw all of the efforts in what she shared, and most of the time, she was not able to see it for herself. The more we explored what made it hard to see, the more we began to recognize childhood wounds as they became exposed. Examples of how she felt like she wasn't good enough as a child became the shadow she was operating in, and this is where a lot of moms are operating from, trying to compensate for a void in themselves by having their parenting take the center stage of their lives. Wellness for our children and for every other relationship we find ourselves in has to come from a place that we are holding within ourselves. How can we possibly share something with others that we have not experienced or believed for ourselves? If I want my daughters to be a bright light in this world, how can I model that if I am walking around as a flickering candle? Wanting our children to be well starts with modeling that we are well. When we are okay, our kids will be okay. And if we aren't okay, let's find out why and do the work to get better. As a mom, I am still learning, but I am going to share 3 particular lessons that I have learned so far. First, we all begin our motherhood journeys from very different places. Some of us started our motherhood journeys within marriage as an expected and planned next step. Some of us started through health difficulties, medical interventions, foster care, or adoption. And like me, some of us stepped into motherhood through an unexpected and unplanned course. But here we are. We are not less than a mom because of how we got here. How we got here is simply part of our story, and the way we tell that story says a lot about who we have become in the process. The second lesson is our own childhood impacts our approach to motherhood and parenting. Research confirms that our bodies hold on to the feelings associated with our experiences. We become who we are based on a lot of different factors. If our lived experience has been a challenging one, we can find ourselves parenting from the perspective of unmet needs that we held when we were children. We may find it hard to relate to the innocence or imagination of our kids because we experienced such a different story. It takes intention to change the cycles and patterns we lived out in our own childhood. Knowing what we want to change is one thing, but knowing how to change it is something else. And thankfully, change is possible. The third lesson I have learned is being part of a community matters. I talked about the importance of community in episode 1, and I am talking about it again because it is so important. I have held virtual sessions with moms who have to sit in their car because there isn't a quiet space in their house where they can talk without being interrupted. And most of the time, I get an apology from the mom for having to meet that way. But when I tell them I can relate or that I have met with other moms this way for the same reasons, I can hear the relief in their voice when they realize they are not the only one. Many moms are suffering in silence, believing they are alone in their struggles with insecurity, loneliness, depression, or even anxiety. When we find the mom we can call for prayer, or the mom who can listen to a problem without judgment, or text the mom who will understand about a struggle and hear that they get it, it can make a big difference in our ability to bounce back. We can feel empowered and encouraged to know that there are others who understand and care. As the years go on, I'm learning more and more about myself. Life is a journey of learning, growing, and becoming, even though we may feel the pressure to arrive fully put together and picture perfect. I hope you will give yourself the grace to know that you don't have to have all the answers. Sometimes you just need someone else to understand. As we wrap up, I encourage you to hold on to this. What you bring to your motherhood, no matter how messy, can be used for good. I am thankful for this opportunity to help you navigate your way through the intersections of motherhood, mental health, and parenting through a lens of faith as we unpack our way to wellness. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Please subscribe and leave a review. This will help others find the show. If you would like to receive additional resources on motherhood and wellness, you can join my community by subscribing to my email list at idamaravillas.com. Remember, wellness is possible one step at a time.